Hello and welcome to GC360. I'm Brooke Wallace.
And I'm Hunter Marks. On this edition of GC360, one GC journalist challenges himself to see campus from a new angle.
Look around. Some of your fellow college students might actually be in high school.
And facial hair for a cause. Fundraising in the most natural way. All this and more on this edition of GC360. Challenge himself to understand what it's like to be a college kid. Our top story, one GC journalist challenged himself to understand what it's like to be a college student in a wheelchair. Reporter Lauren Childers brings us the story.
Writer for The Colonnade, Scott Carranza, took his commitment to journalism to a whole new level. He spent 3 days in a wheelchair to learn about how it feels to be a paraplegic on campus.
I'm hoping that this piece, going through this, ultimately sheds light on what it's like to be a handicapped student on Georgia College, specifically because I've heard a lot of rumors saying that Georgia College's campus is not the best handicap accessible campus. Yeah.
On day one, Scott was carefree and believed there wasn't much that he couldn't accomplish in the chair.
Yeah, but for the most part, honestly, it's easier on carpet, let's just put it that way. Easier on carpet. So far, it's not been too difficult. Saga was probably the most difficult thing. Matter of getting food and taking it to my table. But honestly, it's just been interesting to see how people interact with you. Some people are very catering towards me, and some others just, I've walked by friends. I've actually walked by a couple friends and they didn't even notice that it was me. So I've knocked over multiple trash cans already, and I have knocked over a chair. I haven't knocked over a person yet. I have run over someone's foot as well so far, accidentally.
But over the course of his journey, he found trouble in completing ordinary tasks.
I couldn't get my portfolio from Terrell Hall because it was on the second floor, and they have a handicap. They have a wheelchair elevator onto the first floor porch, but I couldn't go up to the second or third, even if I needed to, check out camera equipment. Same would be for Blackbridge and Mayfair Hall. You can't get up to the second floor from there, and even in McIntosh, I can't even access the small little steps to get into the photo lab.
On day 3, Scott had a newfound appreciation for the wheelchair bound.
I learned that I couldn't handle it, honestly. I think there's a difference in being paralyzed and having to, live what it's like to be in a paralyzed state, because I could still feel in my legs that, I just wanted to walk. I could feel the anxious feelings in my legs, and I could not handle that.
Reporting for GC360, I'm Lauren Childers.
Students and faculty flocked to the blood drive last week. Our reporter Betsy Lamb braves the needle to donate to a good cause. Warning, if you're squeamish about needles, you may want to look away for a moment.
On November 12th and 13th, the Georgia College Gift Center hosted the John Sahlstrom Blood Drive in partnership with the Red Cross. I decided to show Georgia College students what giving blood is all about. First, I checked in at the blood drive where they handed me a pamphlet of information I needed to be aware of before I was screened to donate. Next, the nurses tested my blood to ensure that my iron levels were sufficient enough. For some students, this step meant rejection and left them unable to donate. Since I got the all clear, it was time to start donating.
I am super excited to give blood. I'm used to changing lives, so it's nice that I get to do it on a regular basis.
going to the oven.
This is the part where I get a little nervous.
Once the needle was inserted, the hard part was over and it was time to relax.
Yank this from my arm, I like trip over.
After a painless 10 minutes, the blood bag was full and the needle removed, in time for the real fun to begin.
Alright, you gonna do a thumbs up?
The snack table serves as a refueling station for the donators. After stocking up on cookies and juice, I went on with my day as normal. For many students, the thought of a needle is enough to steer them clear of this important blood drive. But Georgia College students and staff play an integral part in the blood donation process for most of Middle Georgia. For those of you skeptical about giving blood, bring a friend to the blood drive to hold your hand or grab your favorite book to occupy yourself. Either way, you're guaranteed to make a difference. Come out to the blood drive next February and save a life.
You want the food?
For GC360, I'm Betsy Lamb.
Have you ever wondered if there's life beyond Earth? Are we really alone in the universe? Our reporter Tristan Harrison speaks to us about new research that might shed light on these questions.
Have you ever looked into the night sky and wondered what it would be like to live on your own planet?
You're not the only one. Scientists at UC Berkeley released a study this week that claims that there are over 10 billion Earth-like planets in our very own Milky Way galaxy. In a press release, Eric Pettigura, the head of the team that conducted the study, states, "When you look up at the thousands of stars in the night sky, the nearest sun-like star with an Earth-sized planet in its habitable zone is probably only 12 light-years away and can be seen with the naked eye. That is amazing." According to the study, over 22% of the Milky Way galaxy has stars like ours, and each one of those has an Earth-like structure. This begs the question, are we alone?
Yeah, like Mars. Just no reason, I just feel like that.
Yes.
Any reason why?
Because, I don't know, they found like maybe the water